It is that time. It is that time for hour number two. And when we have hour number two, this means we go to one place. We go to one place and one place only to start things off. And this is where we go. We go to Lima, Peru, and find out what is going on with our buddy Nino Torres, and who's already started car alarms and sirens here in hour number.
I know. It's crazy, brother. I got construction workers going on, got an ambulance going on, got the motorcade going on. Everything is going on at the same time, bro. It is crazy. By the way, Johnny, I love that room, brother. Are you in Key West or something? You look like in the Bahamas or something?
Close.
Where are you, man?
It is anniversary week for me and the boss. And
all
so
right.
We are staring at the Gulf. I literally can look at this. We rent this house for this week every year. Monday was our anniversary for 13. And so what we do is we rent this house and we stare at the Gulf for a week, and we come back on Sundays. So when you come back again next week, you'll see us back inside Office HD. But we are here every single year, and so this is what the other bedroom looks like, so I don't disturb anything else going on here at St. George Island. So, yeah, it's very Art Deco-y this morning.
Yeah, beautiful, man. Like Miami, man, or something like that, huh?
It is.
So
it is.
warm. It's so warm and nice.
It is that state, but we are far more northern than that. I forgot to do something.
What?
I forgot to say yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, yeah. Jesus, man. I'm sorry, man. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Soccer Down Here, fans. Nino Torres with you on this Thursday when we are fully loaded to talk about the ball, brother. The beautiful soccer ball around the world. Yes, sir.
That is absolutely true. And once again, for those that might be joining us for the first time, I don't look at Nino Damas's topics. I don't. I sit there and I embrace I embrace the chaos of this segment every single week. He has topics and ideas and thoughts that he brings to the table, including his World Cup moment that we always wrap up the segment with, since we are in a World Cup year. So I am now going to open the topics, and I'm going to see what it looks like. And the first topic is Mourinho doesn't want to talk to Nino Damas. I think he is scared.
So, just to remind our Soccer Down Here fans and listeners, all right, when Nino Damas said, I think a couple of weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, when I threw my prediction, I got my crystal ball, and I said, Benfica will go empty-handed at the end of the year. A week later, they were ousted of the cup. 2 weeks later, they were ousted of the second cup. And now they're trailing Porto by like 250,000 points in the Premier League. So most likely it's going to happen. My prediction of Benfica not winning anything this year, absolutely anything, because if you're thinking that the Benfica is going to do something in the Champions League, no, it ain't going to happen. If you believe that Porto is going to drop 12 points from now on, they haven't dropped a single loss yet in the season. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So Mourinho, in his return to Benfica, to the Premier Liga, man, so disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
So disappointing. And usually you blame the coach, or you blame the boss. He's in charge and la la la. But let's be honest here. It's the transfer market for Benfica. It hasn't been productive. It hasn't been prolific. It hasn't been. They haven't brought anyone who really can make an impact on this team. I know I love Richie Rios. He's been fantastic, but still not being that quarterback that Benfica needs on the midfield. So and they have issues with the outbacks for I don't know how many years now. I mean, every time that they let go on left back, they struggle. They got Ale Grimaldo, who's fantastic now playing for Leverkusen. They got then Carreras, they let him go to Real Madrid. But in between, on those 2 seasons, the Benfica always struggled to sign the right people for the right places. In this case, their outback positions has been a weakness since I've been calling the Premier Liga. All right, since 2019. Um, only I want to say only 2 seasons out of the 6.5 that I call that they have a decent player on those positions with Carreras and Grimaldo. But other than that, every time that they let one of those go, they have a hard time to replace him. And people that are mad at because I mean they're so mad. There's a lot of people that they don't want him to win the election, but in the end he won by a landslide. So I guess that there's more people that love him than hate him. So,
or they know that the strategic relationship is best if they vote one way as opposed to the other. Just it's like I don't want to jeopardize what I got, even though I may not like the guy. So I'm going to go ahead and vote for him. It's the devil I know as opposed to the devil I don't know.
Yeah, you rather got that devil, right? You don't want another devil. You don't want another one, no? It's crazy, man. But hey, we'll see.
All right, topic number 2, otherwise known as a dose. So we're going for dose. Alianza Lima 0 for 2 in a cold summer for them, and having to do with their debts with a question mark. And you go,
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. So this is the thing, right? Alianza Lima spent I don't know how many, I don't want to say millions. I think they're millions at this point now. Yeah, they got like 6 or 7 signings already, and they're offering $90K a month salaries for players.
Wow.
I'm talking about dollars, Johnny. Huh? I mean, we're talking about dollars here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So 90K, 80K, 75K. You add that up, and you get some money. You got some serious money there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the new coach Pablo Guede, it's been only 2 games, right? I'm not making a splash out of this, but they lost to Independiente de Avellaneda, who was playing basically with under 19 players. They lost to Unión de Santa Fe yesterday, from second division in Argentina. And not only that, it seems that already there is a clash between the coach and the players. Okay, because if you see, it's all over the place. John, it's the biggest blooper. You seen it? The Alianza Lima blooper. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because it's a joke basically. What happened? Peña gets the ball, and he passes the ball to his goalie. This is under the first minute, man. No, not even 2 minutes of playing. Like he passes the ball back to the goalie, but the goalie wasn't there. Where's my goalie?
Oh no!
His goalie was 2 steps away or 3 steps away from the ball, and like what? Oh. It was a ridiculous own goal, man. That's an own goal that happened in in high school. All right, you can get those to high school players, but not to professional players. You don't see this. The last time I've seen something like that, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. I don't know. Okay, so but that's not the point. That's not the worst part. The worst part is that right before he touches the ball, Pablo Guede from the sideline tells Peña, "Hey, what do you think? You think that the players are coming to you? You gotta go forward. You're the number 10. I want you to progress with the ball. Don't expect for your teammates to come back to you and hey, Sergio, hey, pass me the ball, please. Can you pass the ball to me, please? Will you? Oh yeah. Oh, you're right there. Let me pass the ball to you. No. You gotta find out." So as soon as he finished the sentence, boom, he commits a mistake. It's like, gee, okay, all right. And then Paulo Guerrero was subbed out, and he was not happy about it, brother. It's a friendly, it's a summer camp. What are you talking about? Why are you getting mad at being subbed in the 75th minute in a summer tournament where everybody's chilling? No, I don't want to leave. It looks like that locker room. It's going to be fun to watch, man. There's going to be a lot of telenovelas coming out of there, and I want to see all the stories, all the parties, all the girls are coming in and coming out. We know that. We know that locker room. We know how it is. They like cumbia, they like salsa, they like, yeah, that's all they like. All right, discipline. No, that's not. No, that's not on the table here, brother. You gotta take it somewhere else because discipline is not coming here to play with us. No. So, but that's the other thing. The worst part. The worst part is that all this money I was mentioning, Alianza Lima and Universitario, they're both under an what is this?
Like
Universitario is in a worse position than Alianza because the Alianza's debt is way lower than Universitario. Universitario Portugal has $150 million debt.
Whoa!
Right, with the Peruvian IRS. The Alianza has like what, 30 or something, 30,
30.
You know, 30, but it's not 150, right?
Yeah.
So, but there are two debts. There are the current debt and the accumulated debt. The accumulated debt is the one that they're paying by the year to the IRS, but the current debt is growing.
Yeah.
It's growing exponentially in the last 2 years. Why? Because they're signing players like crazy because they want to beat the Universitario. They don't sign players. They don't sign players to make the team better. They sign the players to beat Universitario, to stop Universitario from winning the 4th title in a row, and to be the only team in the history of professional soccer in Peru to win 4 titles in a row. That's what they're spending. That's why they're spending the money like the way they're spending it. And the problem is, it's a big problem because the Fondo Blanqueazul, which is a fund group that helps Alianza Lima with the money and the finances and everything. They're a bunch of frat boys, a bunch of rich kids with money, but they're serious money. I'm talking about these kids that they got serious money, and they're playing like they're playing frat boys. That's why they're playing. You know, that's why they fired the coach on spot. That's why they take decisions with a hot head. You know, and they don't have that the spirit. They don't have they're not that wise. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
In a nice way. They're not that wise. They only know that they have money and we want to spend it in order to stop Universitario from winning. We're not going to make our team better. We're going to beat you. Okay, good luck.
Yeah. And well, I mean, it's like, well, we don't want you to have it, so we're going to have it, and we're just going to take the hit, basically. So it's like, we don't want you to have it. Sidebar, before we go to another topic. According to our friends at Sweeper, Boavista have taken another step towards insolvency after failing to meet their court-ordered payment of just under €150,000 by the required date. The Porto-based outfit, one of only 2 clubs outside of Portugal's Big Three to become national champions, has still not given up hope the necessary funds can be raised to save the club. So Boavista, apparently, they internally think they can still exist, but they missed the €150,000 payment the other day.
It's ridiculous, right? Because my boy Mike D'Agostino in Two Tuesdays, he said this like in August. This team is going to disappear. He predicted that. He said that. You know, the way the things were going, I was like, all right, you know, well, basically, you know, could manage to stay afloat one more season. He was like, no, man, no, they're doing the things so wrong that they just destroying the club, and they're going to end up in the district leagues, and that's what's happening right now.
No, I mean, that not a surprise. Okay, now we come back to your rundown, because when you mentioned debts and things, I'm like, oh, I got to ask about that. TV rights are settled in Peru with one caveat, just one, and I imagine it's a rather large caveat. So what are we talking about here?
So do you remember that we were talking that there was no, you know, Universitario Deportes was no part of the group, but they were trying to get their own deal. But in the end, they settled, right? All right, we're going to sign. We're going to sign the deal. We're going to join the group, and we're going to be line up with all the teams in the Liga Uno to be under Liga Uno Max and to be under Once Noventa, which is the company that owns the TV rights.
Yep.
and remember that I said that, yeah, we're going to pay you. We haven't paid you yet. Okay.
Yeah, we'll kick the can down the road. We'll pay you.
So they sign. So they haven't paid what they owe.
Mm-hmm.
But they sign a promise of payment. Right. A promise of payment. I swear, you signed the deal. I'm about to pay you. Last time I checked, that the money hasn't landed in the account of Melgar de Arequipa, who they owe money to, not from last season, but the season before, and 2 years in a row. They owe money to Melgar. Anyway, but the big caveat here, and it's and the way they protect the product from not going on this season. Why do I say this? Because there were plans in between the teams that if you don't pay us, we're not going to play. Okay, that was before they signed the deal, right? If you don't pay us, the season won't start on January 30. Who knows when it's going to start? Because as soon as you pay the money, then we sign the deal. All right. So there is an amendment. No, it's an amendment, a clause. I'm sorry, not an amendment. It's a clause on the deal that they're signing.
Yeah.
That none of the teams can go on a strike to protest because of the no payment. You can't do that.
Uh-huh.
You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to go on a strike, basically, if we don't pay you. Right? So, but okay, so that's that. And that the other clause is that they manage the clubs to reduce the payment from 120 days that they were planning on to 30 days.
Okay.
So at least they got that. I don't know when they're going to get the paid, but at least it's better. 130 is better than 120, right? All the time. You right? I can. Yeah. Okay. January 1st, you pay me in January and February 1st. Okay, I'm good. All right. But yeah, you're not allowed to protest. You're not allowed to go on strike. You cannot sabotage the league because that's this on your contract. That's what they did. That's what they did to protect themselves from the clubs to protest for their rights, for what is right, for the payments, man.
Mm-hmm. Because you want to get paid. You don't want to just sit there and play when people are sitting there and they're going, well, yeah, sure, we'll pay you. Yeah, we'll pay you soon. Well, what is soon? Well, soon, very soon. It's like that scene in Romancing the Stone. Ira, come and get me. I'm coming to get you, Ralph. When? Soon, very soon. I mean, that's what you're looking at with this. That's what this sounds like to me. That's that scene where the boat is leaving Danny DeVito on the dock in Romancing the Stone. I'm coming to get you, Ralph. When? Soon. How soon? Yeah. Very soon. I mean, literally, that's what that sounds like to me.
Yeah, no, like I went to this cafe, right? It was nice because they saw my post on Instagram of my desserts, and can you come over, show us your dessert? Okay, I'm going in. All right, this is what I got. All right, what do you want? All right, I can bring you a sample. Half a dozen of these desserts, and we go from there. All right, cool. But you got receipts? Yeah, I can make a receipt. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, boom. I go there, drop the cakes. Get the receipt. Oh, yeah, we pay you 45. You got a 45-day payment. What? What do you mean? Yeah, we go to suppliers, but I'm not your supplier yet. I'm just bringing you this sample. You got to pay me for this. Yeah, but you got the receipt. So, okay, we're going to pay you in 45 days. I was like, all right, this is one and done. I'm not coming back to this place anymore, brother.
Yeah. No.
So I'm brother, no, man. The desserts are fresh. The payment is fresh.
Yeah. Yes. The food is fresh. The payment got to be fresh. Yeah. That's what you're. Yeah. Yes, Googie. I just did Romancing the Stone because that was what stuck in my head when it came to this particular payment schedule. We're gonna pay you. How soon, Ralph? Soon. Very soon. Basically. That is exactly what happened. Yes, Googie, I did Romancing the Stone. That was what, like I said, that's what popped into my head on situations like this. Okay. Ander Herrera, Boca, Manchester United, and PSG. Which one is the toughest to play for?
Where's he playing now? Where is he playing now? He's not playing at United. He's not playing at PSG. He's playing at Boca Juniors. Huh? So, all right, I'm gonna give you this to Herrera, right? I'm gonna give the respect because when they interviewed Herrera, he knew the story about the trophies for Boca Juniors. He knew the players. He knew the story. He knew everything. This is when you show respect for the club that you play for, because I mean, how many players know the history of the club that you play? You Google it, see a couple of things, couple of stats, last couple of years, best players, la la la. But other than, hey, what about 1978? The Copa Libertadores for Boca Juniors with Panchito Sa. No, he knew that. I was like, okay, this guy, all right, he's serious. He's not just making a lobby for the team that he's playing. But he mentioned this, right? That playing for Boca Juniors is tougher than playing for United, tougher than playing for PSG. I want to give that to PSG. I don't know about United. You can ask a couple. You can ask the Ruben Amorim to be the coach at the Manchester United. He might tell you, hey, I don't know about Boca, brother, but in United, this is crazy. What's going on in Manchester United? But yeah, he said that you saw what you saw the kind of a passion that the Boca Juniors fans when they showed to the World Cup of Clubs. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say that Boca Juniors is the biggest fan base, man. I want to say it's bigger than, I think it's bigger than Real Madrid, man. Mm-hmm. I want to say in terms of fan base, you go to Egypt and you find Boca Juniors play a jersey, man. You go to Fiji and you got Boca Juniors jersey. I don't know if they got a bean. I'm gonna bet you, man, that there's more Boca Juniors jerseys around the globe than Real Madrid. I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I can't wait to see a Boca Juniors jersey in Fiji. That I'm really waiting for now that you've hit me with that one. It's our buddy Nino Torres who goes fully loaded with us on Thursdays here, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Yes, and he puts so much into this that he has to be properly hydrated because he's juggling being a master chef, hanging out with us, telling stories, and all of the things on a weekly basis here. Now, I'm saving World Cup Chronicles to last.
Yes.
I initially looked at this and I'm like, the real catastrophe, and I'm like, wait a minute. So how do I read this? The real catastrophe at Madrid looks like Stephen King's writing the 26th season, or is it the Real catastrophe? Which one is it?
Yeah. you know. Yeah, it is a catastrophe, man. Stephen King was really inspired to write this script for the season, for the albums. Ousted being trashed, not ousted, being trashed by Barcelona, then being ousted by Albacete. You don't lose to these kind of teams, man. Mm-hmm. But that's the beauty of these tournaments, of these League Cups in Europe. You see these shockers like this. You see, United getting announced. So you see
Paris FC knocking out PSG the other day.
This is the beauty of these tournaments, and when you see the real underdogs, because these are truly underdogs when they're playing against these big giants in the league. But that's not this. Forget about that part because it could happen in any League Cup in any country.
Pape beat Braga the other day.
Oh yeah, Braga. I know. It's wild. I mean, this is the season of shockers, isn't it?
I love it.
Season of shockers. It's crazy. And also, Vitória Guimarães won their first League Cup with in Portugal. That's absolutely beautiful. They're taking down Braga. But back to Real Madrid. There's Arbeloa came out and say it's all my fault. You've been in charge for 5 days, brother. How is it your fault? How is it your fault when you just take over? You should take over a few days ago, and it's your fault? No, ain't your fault. Don't. I don't buy that, brother. I don't buy that. Okay, I don't buy that even with a credit card on 12 installments. I'm not buying that. Okay, it's that locker room is probably, I want to say, the most toxic locker room in the planet right now. I don't know. We were talking about this last week about who's going to step into that mess. Who? I mean, obviously there coaches out there. Hey, I won the glory with Real Madrid, but are you sure about that? You sure you want to step into this? Yeah. And Luis Enrique was saying the other day when Mbappe left, we're not playing for you, we're playing for the team. And when he left, yeah, I'm so glad because now I can play however I want with my team, and they won the Champions League when he left. So who's the poisonous guy here? Who's the bad apple? Even when it's a glorious, sensational apple that is Mbappe, but who, I don't I really don't know because I've never been in a locker room with Mbappe, but there are a few stories out there that are saying that he's not that kind of leader. Now I'm talking about frat boys, right? Talking about frat boys. Yeah, I got all the money, I got all the chicks, I got all the skills. Yeah, play the way I want.
Well, but there was that one video that has always stuck with me with him when he was at PSG, and Luis Enrique he's in front of the big board. And he's got the big projector screen up. It's got to be like this 9,000. You know, it's not a big 55 like you and I've got. I mean, it's like a big 600.
Right, right.
In the training room with Mbappe, or he's in the video room with Mbappe, and he's trying to explain what he wants him to do. He's like, and he recognized to Mbappe is like, dude, I know you're, and I'm paraphrasing, obviously, you're one of the best on the planet. But I need you to help out defensively. I need you to do this, 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 and this. And he's looking at him, and it's just this impassioned speech about you can be the best in the world, bar none, but I need you to help out defensively. I need you to do this, 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 and this. And Mbappe is just kind of staring at Enrique the whole time. He's going, uh-huh. And just this look on his face is just like, uh-huh.
Yeah. We're not going through this.
And I don't know if it was just going in one ear and out the other, if it was just rattling around in there, or if he was tuned out. But, you know, then soon he leaves PSG and goes to Real Madrid. So, I mean, is Mbappe that guy? Can he be the guy? He's a guy, that is not in dispute, but can he be the guy? And that video when he was with PSG has always stuck with me.
I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna beat him. And not only that, you also have Vinny Jr. Man. Oh. You also Vinny Jr. He's a prima donna guy. You know, bunch of prima donnas. Man, it is hard. That's what I said. They're probably the only one who could step in this locker room and show that I'm so much better than you. So don't even look at me. Do what I say because I'm Zinedine Zidane. I got 2 words, and I am better than you. I'm a legend. You okay? So, all right, these are my credentials. Go ahead and beat my credentials. You can't.
No.
So the only man in the planet who can step into that locker room. I want to say.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm intrigued at the Real catastrophe, or the real catastrophe. Yeah. It is that time, sir, where we dive into the World Cup Chronicles, and we go back to 1950 and behind the scenes of the Maracanazo. Break it down.
Yes, sir. The Maracanazo is probably the one of the most beautiful stories in the World Cup, because Brazil was an absolute machine that World Cup. They were destroying people, putting 7, 9, 10 goals. You know, they got the big striker. They created that stadium. They were the almighty favorites to win that. And Uruguay came into the final, you know, after struggling with Spain. You know, they got the struggling with Sweden, and they got into that final. And the only thing that Brazil needed was a draw. With a draw, they were going to be crowned as a champions. you know, you know what happened in the Maracanazo, right? You know what happened in the Maracanazo. Should I tell you now what happened in the Maracanazo? Yes, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna go backwards because usually, you know, you leave the result by the end. No, I want to tell you what happened there. Uruguay beat Brazil 2-1 in Rio in front of 173,000 people, the largest crowd in the history of the World Cup. But this is something that you don't know. Because you know this, right? Oh, yeah, the Maracanazo, everybody knows about the Maracanazo, how they win. Yeah. But there's this story here, right? Because Brazil was already in championship mode. They were feeling like champions. They were making you feel like they were the champions already. And Uruguay was staying at the Hotel Paysandú, July 16 of 1950. Before the match at Paysandú, at Hotel Paysandú, Mr. Obdulio Varela, the captain of that glorious team, got all the newspapers from that. The newspapers were printed, Johnny. You know, Brazil is a champion, world champions. Okay, you're world champions, huh? Okay, give me those papers, man. Give me. Went to the guy on outside the hotel. Give me. You want one? No, I want 20. Give me 20 of those. Give me 20. All right. Gets all the papers. Gets into the bathroom, the lobby. Throws all the papers on the ground, on the floor of that bathroom, and grabs chalk and writes in the mirror, "Pee and step on these papers." And he goes out there and gets all the teammates saying, "I want everybody to go into that bathroom, read what it says on the mirror, and do as it says." Yes, Captain. Every single one by one, step into that bathroom, show the message, show the papers, and they did it. Right? Of course, the entire team pee and step on the papers, and they got it. They got it done. And that's how. And this is where the one of the in Spanish is the where the phrase was created. When they step into the Maracaná, 173,000 people. Los de afuera son de palo, which means the ones in the stands doesn't count. Something like that, right? Something like that. All that people, they're dummies. Think of their dummies. They don't count. They don't play. It's 11 versus 11. That's how we get it done. Let's go out there and beat these guys. And boom, they got it done.
And we always wrap up these stories with this.
Now you know the rest of the story.
That's our buddy Paul Harvey.
Nice.
As always, my friend, thanks for dropping by. I love these stories that you give us to wrap up everything when you go fully loaded. And for those that want to listen to your content, make sure that they follow you on all of the Twitters and the socials and everything, because you're dropping a bunch of great content for Spanish-speaking audiences all week long. As always, my friend, it's great to see you. Get to baking, man, because I want to see more pictures of all of this chocolate that you're blowing up the world with, and so I can gain another 5 pounds between now and we see each other next week.
Yes, I will, brother. I'm going to dive into the oven right now. I got like probably a good 6-7 hours of baking ahead of me and the rest of the day. So it's going to be fun. Thank you guys for listening to me. Thank you, Johnny. We'll see you next week, guys. Take care.